Right now on News Channel 11, a mother accused of murdering her 15-month-old daughter.
She didn't deserve this. No child does. And that's why we will continue to work to pursue justice in this case.
Over the next half hour, we take a look back on the Amber Alert and search for Evelyn Boswell.
This case is unlike anything I've ever been involved in.
Detailing the time Megan Boswell has spent in court in the 5 years since her arrest.
I want a fair jury. I want a jury that's going to listen to the facts and not be influenced on what they've heard.
And expert analysis on what to expect when her trial begins on Monday. This special edition of News Channel 11 at 5:30 starts right now. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for this News Channel 11 special report. Next week, the long-awaited trial of Megan Boswell for the murder of her daughter Evelyn Boswell. Evelyn was at the center of an Amber Alert that caught the attention of Northeast Tennessee and beyond. The trial is set to begin next Monday, February 3rd, and is expected to last anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. News Channel 11 plans to have team coverage daily from the courthouse. Megan Boswell has been in the Sullivan County Jail since her arrest in 2020, making dozens of court appearances over the course of 5 years. Over the next half hour, we're going to take a close look into Evelyn's disappearance, the discovery of her body, her mother's charges, what to expect in court, and how her death changed Tennessee forever. Little is known about the victim in this case, then 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell. During the Amber Alert and search for Evelyn in 2020, I spoke with her mother, Megan Boswell, on what her daughter was like.
She's very sweet. She loves everybody.
This picture of a blonde-haired, blue-eyed toddler captured the hearts of people across the region and beyond.
She's just a really good-hearted baby in general.
Evelyn was born on November 18, 2018, to then-teens Megan Boswell and Ethan Perry.
I love her. I know she loves me. She's only been around him a couple times because when we was in the Army.
Like most toddlers, her mother told us Evelyn loved Baby Shark and had just started walking.
She started walking probably around like 10 months. She was a preemie when she was born. She's like a smaller baby and she kind of had trouble like balancing her weight, but she finally got the hold of it. She's starting to say a lot of words.
However, watching Evelyn hit those milestones came to a halt in late 2019, the last time some of her family members saw her alive.
My granddaughter, she never did come back, and I just don't know what happened to her.
To understand this case and what to expect in court, we want to take you back to 2020, where it all started. On February 18th of that year, the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office says they received a referral from the Tennessee Department of Children's Services about a child that hadn't been seen by some family members in about 2 months. That child was Evelyn Boswell. The next day, just before 8 in the evening, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issued an Amber Alert for 15-month-old Evelyn.
We've had a child that's not been seen by the parents or certain family members in almost 2 months and was just reported this week. Evelyn was last seen in December. As you all know, these cases are already time sensitive, and we urge anyone with any information to come forward.
On February 21st, several rewards were announced for information that would help the investigation into the toddler's disappearance. More details were also given out about what folks should look out for in regards to the Amber Alert. Then on the 24th, Megan Boswell, Evelyn's mother, spoke with me for a News Channel 11 report.
Maybe they won't find her tonight, or maybe they don't find her tomorrow. Maybe it's weeks from now before they find her.
On the 25th, Megan Boswell was arrested after police say that she gave false reports during the course of the investigation and search for her daughter. More than a week passes as the search continues. That includes a sweep of a North Carolina pond near a property owned by a family member connected to the case, and the search of a property in Sullivan County where investigators looked into recently dug up ground there. Then, on March the 6th, the search for Evelyn Boswell ended when her remains were found on a property on Muddy Creek Road in Sullivan County, owned by Megan Boswell's father, the man who initially called DCS about her disappearance. It would be several more months after that before Megan Boswell would be charged with multiple counts of felony murder of Evelyn. So let's take a closer look into the life of the woman who now faces 20 charges linked to the case.
Legally, my first name is Megan. I go by Maggie. Does that matter?
This is video from the only interview News Channel 11 has with then 18-year-old Megan Boswell on February 24th, 2020, about a week after her daughter Evelyn was reported missing.
Bring her back.
Look in the camera.
I just want her back. That's all I want. I've been so long without her, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, why didn't you report it missing earlier? Because my mom threatened me, and I just want her back. That's all I can think about is how much I just want her back.
During the search for her daughter, there were a number of rumors circulating about Boswell, and we gave her the floor to address them. One being the multiple social media accounts she had and was active on.
I break phones a lot, and I forget the password. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really bad about remembering passwords. Now I have them all set to one, but, you know, up until that point, I just, you know, I just couldn't remember the password to them.
The other was about her family and their lifestyle.
Gypsies are not a cult. They've been asking people if there's like a gypsy ringleader, and like,
I've never heard it referred to as a ringleader.
none of that.
Those who know Boswell best, like her mother and father, have declined to speak to us about her. Just 3 weeks after Evelyn had been found in 2020, her first attorney appointed to the case, Brad Sproles, said this about the now 23-year-old.
She's an intelligent young woman. We've had many discussions that she contributes, and she is thinking rationally about her situation and about this case, and she contributes and helps in her defense.
Her current attorney, Gene Scott, hasn't gotten into the ins and outs of his relationship with his client, but wants people to hold a judgment on the young mother until they see the evidence.
Once this case is tried, we'll prove her innocence. I have no doubt that that girl is innocent.
Since her initial arrest back in 2020, Megan Boswell's case has come up in court dozens of times, sometimes in hearings that last less than a minute and others by video call during the COVID era. At times, her case breaks what could be considered typical. These are the watershed moments, though, of her court appearances. Starting on March 9th of 2020, the records surrounding her case are sealed by a court order and remain sealed to this day. Under that seal, there is no available information about what the documents are or what information they may contain. Then in August of 2020, months after the death of Evelyn Boswell, Megan is charged with 2 counts of felony murder. 1 count linked to aggravated child abuse and the other connected to aggravated child neglect. Back in January of 2021, prosecutors working the case explain why they won't be seeking the death penalty.
Prior decision by the Tennessee Supreme Court that says if you have an 18-year-old defendant without a record and only 1 aggravating factor, then it's disproportionate and it's not a valid death penalty in that case. That's what they decided.
Boswell's initial trial date was set for September of 2022, but issues with evidence processing from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and conflict with her first court-appointed attorney, Brad Sproles, led to the first of several trial delays. Boswell would eventually switch from Sproles to a separate public defender. That's her current attorney, Gene Scott. That was back in October of 2022. Sproles spoke with News Channel 11 at the time about leaving the case.
An attorney gets to the point where they can't be effective, it's our responsibility to bring that to the court's attention.
In June of 2024, Boswell was served with a new indictment charging her with first-degree murder. This new charge alleges that Evelyn's death was premeditated and intentional. The new count is in addition to her 2 previous felony murder charges. Questionnaires for potential jurors were finalized late last year, and jury selection for the trial is expected to begin on Monday. That's when the entire community will wait to see Boswell's fate that's hung in the balance for half a decade. Ahead in this News Channel 11 special report, real expectations from precedent-setting attorneys. I speak with experts to break down what to expect when this trial begins. That's after the break.